Once again, beauty is threatening the heart of the beast, and this time the threat is smaller than your fingernail.
A new chick has arrived in town, and people are lining up around the block to get a taste. Some might say she's hot and tasty.
And is cuddling more therapeutic than it is cute? All this and more on this week's edition of the Stony Brook News.
Good afternoon and welcome to this week's edition of the Stony Brook News. I'm Freya Demacia.
And I'm Sarah Elsesser. The University Police Department is currently investigating a report of sexual assault that occurred in Laval Stadium parking lot on Saturday. The victim, a residential student, reported that she was approached by two males while in the parking lot. They allegedly touched her inappropriately. The first suspect is described as a dark-skinned black male, approximately 5'9", stocky built with neatly trimmed facial hair. The second suspect is described as a light-skinned black male, approximately 6'1", heavy-built, clean-shaven with brown hair. Any members of the campus community with further information are encouraged to contact University Police investigators at 631-632-3333. While incidences like this can happen, it's not a reflection of the entire weekend. Wolfstock was upbeat. Our reporter Svet Panov got an inside look at what homecoming had to offer.
Stony Brook Pride has been on display all week as everyone showed off their school colors. Red could be seen all over campus in preparation for homecoming, and the excitement was palpable. Campus Lifetime kicked things off, where all kinds of activities got students ready for the university's biggest day of the year, from estimating your quarterback skills and getting caricatures to meeting the more than 200-member school band. But there is one thing that many students are even more excited about.
Tailgating, homecoming. It's my last homecoming. I'm a senior, so I'm very excited to see how that turns out.
For the first time in Stony Brook's history, tailgating is officially allowed by the university. Anyone who wants to can rent out a parking spot for the whole season for $150. It is just one of the ways the athletics program has been trying to improve game day experiences.
It's been something that we've wanted to do for a long time now, but it was a matter of, do we have the manpower to do it, and do we have, the place to do it? And as we've been expanding and expanding, we finally felt that this would be the year.
Other than reserving parking spots and having a space to party, there's also the addition of Wolfie Town, a designated space for fun family activities and grabbing a snack before games. While homecoming is mostly for the students, many former graduates come back with their families. To the alumni, the differences are noticeable compared to previous years.
This is unbelievable. Every year this event gets better and better. You gotta love it. Go see it.
I feel like there's more support than there was last year and the year before, but also with more legitimacy comes more rules, so I think that's the difference.
Even with police keeping tabs on everyone, the turnout was impressive and not fully sober.
While festivities were in full swing outside of the stadium, the football team didn't give fans much reason to celebrate, as they lost to Townsend. For Stony Brook News, this is Svetlana Panov.
So Freya, I know this was your first homecoming, and more importantly, your first tailgate.
Tailgating, that's new American lingo for me. Back home, it means to follow cars too closely behind each other.
So what did you think about American tailgating?
Well, I saw you there. It was a great weekend, and it was fantastic to see the Seawolves spirit well and alive.
Yep, that's right. The Seawolves took the spirit right into the stadium and lost. Our sports anchor, Andrew Eichenholz, has more about what went wrong with our Seawolves. Andrew?
Thanks, Sarah. It wasn't all bad, but it was the biggest weekend of the year for Stony Brook football fans. On Friday, Seawolves followers everywhere got some great news. Buffalo Bills added Stony Brook alumnus when they signed star running back Miguel Masonette to their practice squad. That set the stage for the big homecoming game against the Towson Tigers. The team looked excited to head onto the field and really get after it this time. Seawolves looked good early. Here is freshman quarterback Joe Carbone. He faked the handoff, throws it out to the right side, and that's a touchdown for sophomore wide receiver Ray Bolden. That's his second of the game. The kid is on fire. He has 4 touchdowns already this season, and he put SBU up 14-0. Senior quarterback Connor Bednarski is trying to tack on more here. He drops back. Oh, boy. That's not good. Donnell Lewis picks up the fumble. He goes the other way. Lewis runs it back 65 yards for a touchdown. 14-7, and that was all the momentum the Tigers needed. Tie game in the fourth quarter. This is it. Sophomore Darius Victor finds an opening, and trouble time Seawolves. They are down a score. Bednarski, though, here he is. He has one last chance to save the day. He's under pressure. Here we go. He drops back. He throws it up. Can someone catch it? Oh, no, that's an interception. Towson spoils the party 21-14. Game over. That was a tough loss for Stony Brook to take, but a group of Seawolves still are the players of the week. Women's soccer finished up strong. They got a big 1-0 win over UMass Lowell. And the Mets are up 2-0 in the National League Championship Series. That's it for sports.
So, Andrew, you were the anchor of Wolfstock Live. How was that?
You know, the band was tuning up in the background. We had the players warming up. It was just an electric atmosphere the whole day.
Is it different from what you're normally used to?
You know, I'm always in the other press box. It gets a little chilly. The windows are always open. But this, I like this one.
Thanks, Andrew. Win or lose, there's no debate that homecoming was a milestone for many. But students are still talking about the presidential debate. When it comes to politics, are Stony Brook students engaged? A lot of students tuned into the first presidential Democratic debate, and it sparked a lot of thought.
Hillary was definitely the strongest, and I think Bernie's too liberal to get elected anyways, especially because he uses the buzzword socialist.
Although some people may think that he's radical, I think that he's very liberal-minded and he's ready for change.
I think everyone here in America is a socialist. If you're for Social Security and health care, I think you're a socialist.
Politics gets people thinking, but when you're a college student, you've got other things on your mind, like midterms. Our reporter Valerie Politi found out what Stony Brook University isn't doing to help.
Let's get you adopted. Let's get you in a dorm room. How fun would that be?
Room and board isn't for everyone, and it certainly doesn't include animals.
Look, he's saying hi.
Some colleges allow domestic animals like dogs and cats to live in campus dorms as emotional support. Stony Brook University isn't one of them.
I mean, dogs are great. You come home, they're happy to see you. They don't talk back. They live in the moment. They're fantastic animals. They all kind of have this like innate understanding, and all they want to do is please you. All they want to do, it's all about you. And how wonderful is that? I mean, you can't get that from anybody.
But what college students can expect to get is stress. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, stress is one of the most common mental health problems on college campuses. 80% of students say they experience anxiety on a daily basis.
Making sure I keep my grades up for the last semester, especially the health science track. The last year is very hard. I know a lot of people that are commuters have dogs and stuff, and they always seem a little less stressed than people that are coming from away from home.
Whether you're commuting or far from home, pets are a natural way to lift your spirits.
Good boy. It's this old saying, I don't know who rescued who. People are pulled out of depression with a dog that they bring an animal into their life. I mean, even without being trained to be a therapy dog, they're great therapy dogs.
But he smiles.
The therapy that animals provide has become so widely accepted that companies like Pratt bring trained therapy dogs into play with stressed students during exam time.
When you look into a dog's eyes, they give something back to you, and sometimes you can really feel it, like a overwhelming feeling of peace and comfort.
That's Diesel. I call her Dee Dee.
In the past, Pratt has even visited Stony Brook University.
All the students really just get so unstressed that they really love being there. They always say to me, thank you so much for coming. It really made my week. So they really do look forward to us coming to visit them. I mean, they have emotional support dogs for a reason.
You gotta earn that treat.
Whatever the reason, Stony Brook has yet to allow comfort animals in campus dorms. And trying to find out why had us feeling like we were barking up the wrong tree. as somebody muzzled Alan DeVries of Campus Residences, Glenn Dausch of Disabled Services, and Julian Pessier, Director of Counseling and Psychological Services. All of them refused to comment.
Last Chance Animal Rescue is here in Riverhead today to show off their beautiful and adorable dogs. They're up for adoption, and for anybody at Stony Brook University, they'd be lucky to have them in their dorms. Good girl. For Stony Brook News, I'm Valerie Politi.
Animals on campus would be comforting, but are pets a match for Southern comfort food? Long Island finally has its own Chick-fil-A, and it's only 10 minutes from Stony Brook University. This controversial Atlanta-based fast food chain brought a small taste of the South and their traditions to Port Jefferson Station on October 7th. However, because it just opened, it might not be that fast of food. In fact, you could be waiting up to an hour for their finger-licking good chicken. And if you thought the drive-thru would be faster, you thought wrong. For the past 2 weeks, the restaurant has set up a special drive-thru where employees brought menus to the car, took orders on iPads, and had you pay at an outside cash register.
It's called face-to-face, so this makes it more efficient for everybody involved. Like, you get through more efficiently and quickly. The kitchen can make the food more efficiently and quickly. It's just a well-oiled machine and everything is better this way.
This face-to-face initiative will be over this week, and the chain will be expanding its Long Island locations. 3 more will be added in Comac, Hicksville, and Westbury. So yeah, I went to Chick-fil-A this weekend, and the line was incredible.
How long did you wait for?
I waited 40 minutes for chicken.
Chicken?
Would you wait 40 minutes?
No way, not chicken, but maybe chocolate.
I don't think I would either, and I think I saw some snow owls out there. But are we having an early winter, or am I just recovering from homecoming?
Well, Sarah, that might just be crazy, but let's see what our weatherman has brought us. Charles can tell us what's really going on. Charles?
Thanks, Fair. So there was some flurries this weekend, so you're not that crazy. But as for today, it's going to be sunny out there, a high temperature of 50 degrees. Let's look at a 7-day focus, shall we? All right, so get ready, folks. It's going to be a roller coaster type of week out there. Temperature is going to be starting off in the 50s and 60s, but headed up near 70 by the midweek, and then back to 50s by Friday, and then up to 60 again by Sunday. But sunny out there all week long, folks. But I do have good news. The Mets are only 2 games away from winning and heading to the World Series. Back to you.
Thanks, Charles. There's been an update on the 5 Stony Brook students involved in a single car accident last week. In an email to the Stony Brook community this past Friday, Dean Eklund announced that Miguel Lorenz Roncall did not survive the injuries he sustained in the accident. Our thoughts are with the family and the students affected by this tragedy.
On another note, your everyday essentials may be harming the environment, but the solution is simpler and sweeter than you think. Our reporter, Betty Lowe, has more.
Suffolk County Legislature recently passed a ban on microbeads, which are tiny plastic particles that cause a major issue in water pollution. They absorb toxic chemicals and are often mistakenly eaten by fish. Microbeads are commonly used in our daily life, from facial cleanser, body wash, and even toothpaste.
We're concerned about microbeads because we don't think that eating plastics is good for organisms, and we don't think that having organisms consume material that may have harmful substances attached to it is a good thing.
However, there is a sweet solution. The couple brought an ancient Turkish technique of making body scrub to Port Jefferson. Other than food coloring, the products are simply made with sugar and a blend of oils, with no preservatives or any chemicals.
We have never used those microbeads in our product, and it does the same job, if not better, all naturally.
Lisa Rodriguez, who switched from regular body scrub to sugar scrub, has stayed loyal to the natural option for over 2 years. She says it gives better results and at a better price.
I didn't even know that so many of these products had microbeads in them, so definitely a scary wake-up call for the environment.
For now, there are not many options on campus, and personal care products containing microbeads are still found at university stores.
A clean face cannot mean dirty water. By switching to natural abrasive like salt or sugar, we can solve a big pollution problem. For Stony Brook News, I'm Betty Lowe.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week's edition of the Stony Brook News. I'm Sarah Elsesser.
And I'm Freya Damasio. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for a very special Halloween edition of the Stony Brook News.